Hello everyone. Here we are going to discuss a topic that is gangrene. So let's start it. So in gangrene, whatever long question, short question, very short question, MCQs, we are going to cover all in a crisp and concise manner. So let's start gangrene. So this is the overview under which I'm going to discuss the topic. First, I will let you know the definition of gangrene. What is gangrene? Define it. Then tell me the types of the gangrene. There are three types of gangrene and we are going to discuss all three in detail. So dry gangrene, wet gangrene and gas gangrene. Then usually you get a question on the differences between dry and wet gangrene. So I will tell you the table which differentiate the two. And finally a short note on the gas gangrene. So one by one we will discuss the topic under these headings. Let's start the definition. What is gangrene? Can you define what is gangrene? So gangrene is equal to necrosis plus putrefaction. So it is the necrotic tissue, the dead tissue. What is necrosis? Necrosis means dead tissue. So it is having the super added putrefaction on that. Super added putrefaction on that. So whenever there is a dead tissue attract bacteria and the bacteria causes the putrefaction. So first the necrosis occur. The necrosis attract the bacteria and bacteria will lead to putrefaction. So necrosis with super added putrefaction is known as gangrene. So what is gangrene? Gangrene is necrosis along with super added putrefaction. The two things together, necrosis plus super added putrefaction, is known as gangrene. So whenever there is necrosis, it attracts the bacteria and bacteria leads to putrefaction. Now there are three types of gangrene. I told you dry gangrene, wet gangrene, gas gangrene. So what is the difference between them? If the bacteria are very less, bacteria will occur in all three types of gangrene. If the bacteria is less, putrefaction is less. So tissue look dry. It is known as dry gangrene. If the bacteria are abundant, numerous, putrefaction is abundant and the tissue become wet. They will cause the liquefied necrosis. The tissue become wet. It is known as wet gangrene. And if the bacteria is a gas forming bacteria, so here, along with the putrefaction, the gas crepitus bubbles are also present. It is known as gas gangrene. So that depends on which bacteria is entering in the dead tissue, in the necrotic tissue. So in gangrene, necrosis is there. Necrosis is there in all type of gangrene. You can see the necrosis is there in all type of gangrene. There is necrosis, but along with necrosis, the bacteria are entering. If the bacteria are less, putrefaction is less, tissue look dry. If the bacteria is more, then putrefaction will be more, the tissue look wet. And if the bacteria is a gas forming bacteria, along with the putrefaction, there is gas bubbles are also there. So that is the three type of gangrene: dry gangrene, wet gangrene and gas gangrene. So these are the three types. I already told you: dry gangrene, less bacteria, less putrefaction, tissue look dry. Wet gangrene, abundant bacteria, abundant putrefaction, so tissue look wet because of liquefactive necrosis. And gas gangrene, the gas forming bacteria, it's a variant of the wet gangrene only, the gas gangrene. So tell me the differences between the dry gangrene and the wet gangrene. Can you tell me the differences between dry gangrene and wet gangrene? Have a look on this diagram. In this diagram, all the differences which I have mentioned here, don't learn this table, learn this diagram. In the diagram itself, you can make out the differences. First, tell me the site of dry gangrene and wet gangrene. Dry gangrene mostly occurs in the limbs. You can see in the extremities. You can see. And wet gangrene occurs mostly in the bowel. You can see in the diagram also the bowel is shown to you. So any organ which is wet, like the bowel, like the lungs, it occurs in those organs. So dry gangrene occurs in the limbs and wet gangrene occur in the bowel. So that is based on the site, we can differentiate them. Number one, based on the site. Number two, dry gangrene occurs due to arterial occlusion and wet gangrene can occur due to blockage of artery as well as vein. So whenever the artery get obstructed, imagine here the artery is obstructed, artery supplying to this organ get obstructed. So this organ do not get blood. So this organ will have coagulative necrosis. This will have coagulative necrosis and it will attract less bacteria. So the tissue will appear dry. If the artery and vein both get obstructed, this will again have coagulative necrosis, but this time the bacteria will be more. This time the bacteria will be more. Just a second. Yes. So abundant bacteria will be present and that's why the organ look wet in appearance and that is known as wet gangrene. Let me show you. So here arterial occlusion is there. Here arterial and venous both occlusion is there. Let me show you. So see this video. You can see the artery get occluded here. Can you see there is blockage in the artery? Once the artery get occluded, this one is the dry gangrene. Again see, whenever the artery get occluded, have a look here. The artery get occluded. If the artery get occluded, what is happening here? Have a look, the gangrene is appearing in the limb. You can see this is the limb. So the dry gangrene is due to occlusion of artery only and the wet gangrene is due to occlusion of artery as well as vein. So this is the mechanism. Now bacteria, I told you here bacteria are less and here bacteria are abundant. That's why, since bacteria is less, tell me the putrefaction. Yet